actually already in the fall and I love doing all things fall activities. So I thought for today's video, we're going to be doing an exciting trend that I've been seeing all over my social media pages. I don't know if you guys have seen this trend around, but there has been a trend where people are putting their fall drinks inside of a pumpkin. So people have actually been going to like places like Starbucks, Dunkin', and ordering their drink, but bringing along their carved pumpkin. But you know what? I decided, why not do it at home? We can make our own coffee, and also while making it look cute. So we are back in my kitchen, as you can see. But my name is Bertha. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I love creating fashion, lifestyle, beauty content, and much more. I would love to have you here, a part of my channel. So let's get started with today's video. So first things first, for this, I guess you could say like recipe slash tutorial, we're going to be needing our pumpkin, which is like the main star of the entire trend we're going to be doing. So here is the pumpkin we're going to be using. It's like a little mini pumpkin that you could get pretty much at like any local supermarket, or like you could also even get it at a pumpkin patch, so you could get like multiple fall activities in one. So this is the pumpkin I got, and we're obviously going to be cutting it. I'm going to be showing you guys how I do it. So we have our pumpkin. Now moving on to our actual ingredients. So besides the pumpkin, we're also going to be needing 1 cup of milk. So I actually have this homemade almond milk that I made. So I'm going to be using almond milk. You can use any milk of your choosing. You're going to be needing 1 tablespoon of sugar. So I got my big sugar jar in there. We're going to be needing 1 shot of coffee or a strong espresso. I'm using this one that is called Nescafe Clásico, and it's a dark roast. So I actually boiled water on the side so we could have that ready. But of course you could use like any kind of like coffee that you want. Next up, we're going to be needing 2 tablespoons of pure pumpkin puree. So here is the pumpkin puree that I got. It's like used to like make pies and stuff and like all kinds of like fall recipes. We're also going to be needing 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So this is like a pure vanilla extract. And then we're going to be needing half a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon. For our drink to actually taste like pumpkin, we're going to be needing a mixture, which is a pumpkin pie spice mixture. So we're going to be making that separately. So for that, you're going to be needing 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon also. You're going to be needing 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, and then 1/4 of nutmeg. Of course, you could also add cloves. I actually don't have any, but I feel like this will still bring the spice we need for our drink. And then once we make that mixture, we're going to be needing half a teaspoon of the pumpkin spice mixture. Let's make our at-home pumpkin spice latte. Okay, now we're going to be carving our actual pumpkin because obviously we can't drink our drink with the seeds in it. So I have these little like carving tools, like pumpkin ones. So I'm going to like get started. I really hope this comes out. So I'm going to go right in the middle. And then we're going to start carving it. So the knife is like special for like carving pumpkins because obviously like pumpkins are very hard to like cut. But if you don't have this, you could obviously use like an at-home kitchen knife, like a really big one. But this is the tool we are using, and well, it's like cutting, so that's definitely like a good sign. All right, so I cut it, and then now we're going to be pulling it. And there we go. We got the top part off. And then now all we have inside is like the seeds. Now I'm going to be using this little spoon tool. So basically it's like carve out all of the gunk that comes in the pumpkin. I'm actually going to get a plate so we could like get this out. You can see all that pumpkin seeds coming out. So that's literally what we want. This could easily be done with like a spoon, but like I'm trying to be fancy here. But yeah, all the seeds are like coming out. I carved out all that was inside of the pumpkin, and now it's like clean, so we could put our drink inside. And of course I kept the top so it could look cute as like a little like topper, so you could go like this. All right, but now that it's clean, we're gonna be making our actual drink. All right guys, so we're gonna get started by putting our 1 cup of milk in. Next we're gonna be putting in 1 tablespoon of sugar. Next, 2 tablespoons of the pumpkin puree. I'm gonna give it a quick stir just to like dissolve the pumpkin puree. Next up, we're going to be putting 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Next, we're going to be putting half a teaspoon of the cinnamon. Of course, mixing that well. So I put my boil to a minimum so it doesn't like burn. So now we're going to be making the pumpkin pie spice that we need. So we're going to be needing 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So I'm going to grab a good amount of it in here. And then next we're going to get 1/4 of nutmeg. And then we're going to get 1/4 of the ginger. And then we're going to mix up so that the spices could get mixed in together to make the spice that we need. Now that we have our pumpkin spice topping, we're going to be using half a teaspoon of the mixture that we just made. And there we go. Now I'm going to crank up the heat. And you got to make sure that the milk doesn't like get to like a boil. It's kind of like you only need it to like be hot. So I'm probably going to like turn it off. I'm just going to mix it a little bit more. Alright, then now I'm just going to turn it off so it doesn't get to a boil. And there we go. We're going to let that sit. And then we're going to like make our little coffee mixture. We're going to be making our coffee. So I got this little like espresso shot cup. So I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of the Nescafe Clásico mix. You could obviously use less, more, whatever you want. I'm obviously not going to use all of the shot because I don't really want my coffee to be super dark, but I'm just going to make 1 tablespoon of coffee anyway. And then I actually boiled this water before starting this video, so I'm just going to like put it in. So you can see we have our shot of coffee now, and then now we're going to be adding it to our pumpkin mix that we just made. Alright, so before I start applying my coffee, I'm actually going to froth the mixture that we just made, just for like a little bit of like of an oomph to our drink. Alright, and then now we're going to be going in and using our coffee that we just made. So I'm just going to put like half of this because I don't really know the taste. I don't really want to have my coffee be bitter. Alright, so we're going to put like probably like half. And then I'm going to like froth again. And of course, this is the time where you could like taste test and see like whether or not you want to put more coffee, a little bit more of like the pumpkin pie spice that we made, anything like that. All right, moment of truth. So we're gonna be putting our drink in the pumpkin. So actually gonna put some ice cubes so it won't be like super hot when I try it out. And now we're gonna be pouring our beauty in here. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to try this out. Now we're gonna be topping it off with whipped cream. So I'm using this almond whipped topping. So hopefully it like comes out good. All right, not too bad. And then obviously you could put some cinnamon, a dash of cinnamon. So I'm just like put it on the spoon here. Not too much. All right, now we're just gonna like sprinkle it like this. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. This is literally so cute. If you want to put the top on, you could obviously put less whipped cream, but like I kind of like filled it up all the way to the top. But guys, look how cute this is. I'm so excited to try it out. All right guys, moment of truth. Let's try out our pumpkin drink. I'm using my straw here. All right, cheers at home. This tastes so amazing. I feel like there's like nothing better than like having like a at-home drink, you know what I mean? And also like a good thing about putting like the drink inside of the pumpkin, you also kind of get a little bit more of the pumpkin flavor because like obviously it's a pumpkin. So like I feel like you get like also the little delicious part of it. but tastes like super amazing. Good thing I didn't put all of the coffee because I feel like it would have been too bitter for my liking. Of course, if you guys like coffee, like really strong coffee, you could put like more coffee. And I feel like the pumpkin spice also is like a good amount of it, so I feel like it doesn't need anything else. It's like perfect. But this is literally the cutest thing ever. And well, now you know how to make one of these cute little fall drinks at home. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys would try this trend. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.